Hi, my name's Toby Coffey and I'm from the National Theatre. I think the immersive tech sector has been very much helped by Immerse UK. This is very much an emerging sector, and quite often there are a lot of questions in terms of who do I need to go to speak to this, where are the funding opportunities for that, and also there's a lot of unknown unknowns as well as known unknowns, and actually for me as from within an organisation and just for the sector at large, I think Immerse UK do a great job in kind of bringing the community together, but also the information together around the funding opportunities and just everything that the industry needs for a catalyst to move forward. I've had kind of a long engagement with Immerse UK, primarily from an information point of view. When I've actually needed information or needed the guidelines of where to go to, quite often I've described there as being a kind of fog with certain dim lights therein, but not knowing actually the direction to go to. But I do know for myself, and I quite often recommend them, where people are asking certain questions or I've got certain opportunities in front of them, I can say, actually, you should take these questions to Immerse UK, as they will be able to help you start to answer them. I think what we have with the immersive sector, as much as it's a technological sector, it's driven by the creative industries as well, which are obviously world renowned, and to help us maximise our capability in terms of a country able to deliver the heft of what we are actually able to do in existing creative outputs for these new opportunities, then having a network in place to help get that off the ground rather than it be a slow evolution is really critical, both internally with our industries learning how to work together really quickly, but also to keep the UK at the forefront of these incredible new creative opportunities in the creative sectors. I think what we have is not just one sector, but a number of sectors that are being brought together in a way that hasn't necessarily been done before, and that can quite often mean that you don't know your peers in parallel industries. So I think Immerse UK have definitely done a good job of kind of socialising people from different disciplines together, so that they can then bring their each other's skill bases together to help generate new projects and new opportunities. In terms of the barriers that exist for the immersive sector, I've got a perspective very much from a delivery, a content delivery, making content to take to audiences, and we are very much aware that there's, to a certain degree of technology that's in the marketplace at the moment and that's available to content creators is effectively a prototype of what will be on the market in 3 years and 5 years time. So there's two strands of that. One are audiences are aware that technology might not be exactly right for what could be done, and also the partners that we're making it with. And so part of my role is to kind of help educate people that yes, okay, a VR headset might be isolating at the moment, but if we push the creative development in this kind of area, we can look to see how we create communal experiences such that further down the line in 5 years' time, when we've got a different set of technology in front of our eyes, all the barriers that we have in place now have gone away. So I think there's a need for us technically to keep up with the kind of artistic intent from that side. And it's what I see as a shorter term challenge rather than a longer term challenge. Just again, in speaking from a content creator's perspective, there is the capability of the technology that's in front of us now, but there's also the cost of creating content is so high at the moment, and we need to bring those barriers down, because only a certain group of people get to work with the very best technologies, and that means you only get certain types of content, and it's not really reflective of what the creative industries can do as a whole. I think the industry needs Immerse UK to continue to kind of broker the relationships between organisations that can work together and the kind of financial resources and infrastructure that allows those projects to happen. And also, you know, we're in a completely evolving marketplace, commercial models, distribution models, rights models, all those things. That is where the industry kind of needs support on that as well. So there's we can have somebody who helps address all those concerns with us, rather than it being 100 different organisations looking at those things in parallel.